Hi guys, I'm John, an official mentor on AmazingTalker. I'm here to help you out with the difficulties that you face on the platform. Well, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to set an automatic message for our students. Well, to do that, we have to go down to the teacher's tool and then choose the chatbot. Chatbot is a feature that allows you to send an automatic messages to your students. So sometimes it actually will be on your hand too. So it depends on the section. Here we have automatically sent messages, chat sample messages, learning tickets, and course reply. First, we're going to be talking about automatically sent messages. Well, what actually is automatically sent messages? As you get more students, you will actually feel a little bit overwhelming to send regular messages to your students talking about your reviews or maybe buying more formal classes to continue on the way. And that time, this feature comes to help. So there are 4 components that is important to add it. The first one is reminder to convert the trial lesson to a regular lessons, just like the students. So you have to edit this one and make it a little bit more engaging. Or you can just make it a kind of question, like, have you made a decision about continuing formal lessons with me? This is actually totally all. This actually engage the student to respond to you. Then the next one we really need is a trial class invitations. So when a student contacts with you, if they have a reply, the system is going to send a kind of special message to them that actually invite them your trial lesson. This is also very important. There is a small example, like how would you actually try? You can actually ask a question like, do you want to try my lesson? And then give some benefits. Let's say what kind of benefits they're going to get in your trial lesson. So mention them so they're actually more willing to get your trial lesson. This is the second important component. And the third one is lesson scheduling reminder. As we know, students are lazy to book their purchased lesson. So what you really need is to add this section too. Try to make it a little bit strict, maybe straightforward. Let's say, oh, we really need to respond, or we really need the result. So it's better you to have a regular classes on the way. Then just the system is going to send them on Monday after 9 a.m. Then the last important section is the rules and guidelines. So this is also very important when you have your own rules on the platform. So it's better to edit this one. There will be actually a kind of template, so you actually can do it on your own, and it's very easy to do. So if you are going to refund your lessons in case of cancellation, please write it down. If you are not going to refund, you also need to write it down. There will be a little bit arguments with your students so that you can actually show the message, like, oh, here is the message. I already talked about my rules in the class. So you will have no problems in future. This is the 4 important components that you need to edit on that section, and then you are ready to go. The next one is chat sample messages. This is very easy to understand and also a very helpful tool. If you have a template message that you want to send to your students and you don't want to write a lot of message, you actually can set up a template and then send them to your students. Let's imagine you have there is a student that wants to improve their oral English. So what you need is creating new, and then let's say this one is for speaking, and then write down the context. Let's say, hi, what would you like to talk about in the lesson? Well, this is just an example. something that came to my mind. You can actually change them just like conversation. Let's say conversation. Well, I can see that you're interested in improving your spoken English. I'm happy to assist with that. Could you please let me know your current level? Try to engage the student to reply you. As long as they reply, the chance of getting the student is higher. So try to set up some chat sample message. So when you are having classes, you do not feel overwhelming to write down all the words. You just go to the chat and then send it to the student. Let's imagine, well, this is a student. I'm going to click sample messages and then choose the one. If you cannot find it here, you can search it. Let's say this is conversation, click, and then there you will have your template message. You can actually change it or just send it to the student. That's totally all. And we also have learning ticket message template. This is one important section. Sometimes teachers usually find it difficult to modify it because there is some limitations. So as you see, if you go to the English section, there is a limitation of 100 words. So don't worry, just set it up because the system is going to send it to the student as long as you click the submit button. So when you get the new student, you will have the submit button over there, right? So when you send it, this message is going to be sent to your student automatically. So try to write down a little bit of your experience and education, and then a little bit engaging message. That's totally all. And then save it out. So it's not going to take a lot of time. And yeah, it's a better way because you only have 3 seconds. It's not that much, like they usually say 3 minutes, but you only have, let's say, 1 minute to reply to the student, and then you don't have time to write it down. So you have to modify these templates there. And we also have the course reply. So sometimes it's very important for the students who are not going to respond. So if you actually can create the chance of replying to you is going to be higher. Let's say I have a new course for my English lesson. I can just click new and then create one new class. So where it will be shown? Well, when you contact the student, the system is going to send a special message with your courses. So it will be shown just down, okay, well, here. So this is your learning ticket that will be sent to the student. And this is your courses. So as you create the course here, it's going to be appear on the chat. So if they are going to be interested in your course, they just click that button and then they would be contacting to you. So the reply is important. As long as they reply, they are engaged in your lesson. So try to write down some interesting courses or maybe some kind of like, let's say 10 lesson course that you are going to get to that level. So this actually helps the student to reply to you. Don't worry, there are a lot of students that are not replying to you on AmazingTalker. This actually happens a lot, even for the top mentors as well. So you don't need to worry about them as long as you keep sending some messages like templates on the student and then some kind of special discounts. So they are actually going to come back to you again. So these are all the important points that you really need to modify. So the course reply is also very easy to modify. You just can understand on the way there are all of their message. And then as you have done it, it will be appeared on the chatbot. I highly recommend you to set up the automatically send messages and chat samples accordingly. So these are something that is required on the platform. And also learning ticket message template. If you don't have, actually, the system is not going to allow you to get matches. So please try to modify them all. Well, if you are interested in creating your own template message, you actually can get them on this file. So I would be putting it on the description. you can just download it. I mean, go into that one and then learn. For example, here we have for children, for speaking, TOEFL, for IELTS. So some of the famous ones. You can actually have the second message, meeting their needs, and catchy ending. I would suggest you to read them all and then adjust it according to your teaching style. Thank you for watching. I would be putting down all the links. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact.